the Tantric system has been vilified. It is considered to be something where you get drunk, and the three words that become visible are mas, meat, madira, and maithun. And this has been vilified in this dramatic manner. Let me just touch on this idea of Tantra in its purest form and what it implies. You see, all of us are in a way kind of polarized. When we kind of interact with the rest of the universe, we are polarized either to relate to the things that we experience as either something that is attractive or something that we find aversion for, we run away from. We find it, kind of impulse, we feel that it is not right and we run away from it. So there are two things that are very visible in our lives, attraction and aversion. Now what Tantra, the purest form of Tantra, is trying to do is to tell us that if you can stop polarizing your experience of the universe by linking just to this idea of aversion and attraction, then you mastered spirituality. Because now you are no longer linked up with this variation of experiences, but the experience itself. Now this may sound difficult, but let me just tell you how easy it is or how difficult it is. The greatest attraction we have as physical beings is gender attraction. We are strongly attracted to the person of another gender. This is inbuilt in us, all of us. We cannot avoid this. And yet, you see, in the Tantric practice, what we are trying to find is this. We are trying to see, suppose the most beautiful person is present in front of us of the opposite gender, and we are able to kind of not be attracted. We are able to take on this very important challenge and not get attracted, not get drawn. Then we win. At the same time, we have aversion. So in the Tantric practice, they will say, look, here is a skull. We're going to cook some meat in it and make you eat it in a skull. And you go, aversion. This is why it appears very weird. The idea is to take away the polarization that we have regarding the idea of attraction and aversion and rise above both of them. This is the pure idea of Tantra. And in the case of Ramakrishna, as I said, within a few days, he mastered all the Tantric practices. And what happens is this. The moment you are successful, you acquire tremendous power, because once you are able to stand up to this major forces that attract all the human beings, attraction and aversion, when you are able to rise above it, you discover tremendous powers within yourself. They become manifested as the Ashtasiddhis, the 8 types of supernatural powers. And these were very visible in the life of Ramakrishna. And yet we see him giving us a health warning, saying, keep away. The aim of Tantra is not to acquire these siddhis, but to rise above all this such attraction and to discover God. That is the whole idea. So you must move away from the Tantric idea, the idea of siddhis. This is very visible. The story is very interesting. At later stage, his chief disciple, Swami Vivekananda, visited Ramakrishna when Ramakrishna was about to pass away, give up his body. And Ramakrishna said, come here, my boy. I have acquired all these 8 siddhis, Ashtasiddhis. You are going to do great things in this life, and you're going to work so well for me. I would like to give them to you as a gift. It will help you with your work. Like the teacher, the disciple is equal to the task. He said, keep them, Master. I am not interested in the siddhis. My aim is God realization, and nothing else will ever attract me. You see, just as the master is so kind of careful, the disciple is equal to the task. He too rejected the siddhis. It's an interesting thing for us. You see, when we study the story of Ramakrishna, we come across various interactions with various personalities, various ideas, various themes that are visible in Hindu tradition, but have not properly been understood. So as I said, the pure idea of Tantra is basically to stop polarizing our interaction with the rest of creation through aversion and attraction and rise above it. That is a pure idea. And yet it becomes degenerate, and it's necessary to purify it. And the fruits that you gain from Tantra is something, again, you need to move away from and not be attracted to. And again, this is visible in the story of Ramakrishna as well as his chief disciple, Swami Vivekananda. Let me tell you something else, why this Sri Ramakrishna is so attractive. In the story of Ramakrishna, the reason why, for example, I'm attracted to Ramakrishna is because here I find somebody who is talking about religion, about spirituality from first-hand experience. Book learning doesn't bother him. He's not interested in book learning. He's not interested in intellectual kind of gymnastics. He's beyond that. He's interested in the first 10, pratyaksh. It must be visible. Spirituality must become visible, must be something to experience here and now. This is what attracts me to Sri Ramakrishna. Spirituality that can be experienced. We want that thrill. We are talking about this bliss, we hear of this bliss, we want to experience this bliss. We wish to, dive into this blissful state. We want that, nothing less will do. This is the requirement. And this is why I am attracted to him. That is why thousands of human beings are attracted to this personality, because there is no other sign. Look at him. There's nothing to draw you towards him. Seems so simple. Too simple, in fact. There are no external signs. He doesn't grow horns or anything like that. And yet he's such an attractive personality because he's a spiritual. You want to experience, come here. This is why I'm attracted. This is why lots of people are attracted. This is why Swami Vivekananda is attracted. And when people say, where is your authority about Hinduism? I pass the buck, as I told you last time, to Swami Vivekananda, and he passes it on to this fellow, saying he knows. It is the groundwork that he has put through these various experiences in Dakshineshwar that becomes, if you like, the feeding ground of modern Hinduism. This is where modern Hinduism becomes visible, and it's going to influence the rest of the world in no uncertain terms. So this is the foundation of this modern proponent of Hinduism, and the groundwork is being carried out.